Hello, friends. Read along with me. We are doing this series of 10 days of reading the book The Top 10 Distinctions Between Millionaires and the Middle Class by author Keith Cameron Smith. This is day 9, and we are reading distinction number 2. Millionaires focus on increasing their net worth, the middle class focuses on increasing its paychecks. Most everyone has heard this saying, work smarter, not harder. Focusing on your net worth is working smart. Working for paycheck is working hard. Millionaires attain financial freedom because they work hard in beginning to build their net worth. Once their net worth is built to a certain level, they are free to do what they want when they want. The middle class is trapped in the rat race. The rat race is get up, go to work, pay bills, and get up, go to work, pay bills. Get up, go to work, pay bills. Millionaires get up, do what they love, spend time with their families, donate to causes they believe in, travel to exotic places, and continually look for investments to increase their net worth. A millionaire's definition of net worth. Typically, definition of net worth is assets minus liabilities. Most people think an asset is anything they own that has value. While this is the definition most people use, it is not the way millionaires think about assets and when it comes to money. It is wiser to think like a millionaire than like most people. Millionaires look at assets as the things they own that have value and earn passive income for them. A middle class person may have small sets that have small values, but these assets typically don't produce a passive income. So please think about an asset as something of value that also produces a passive income for you. Your liabilities are the things you owe money for, like mortgages, car payments, credit card debts, and schools and personal loans. Subtract the amount of money you owe from the things you own that have value and produce passive income. This figure is your true net worth. A net worth that doesn't produce a passive income is worthless as far as millionaires are concerned. Millionaires focus on increasing their net worth, which simultaneously increases their passive income. Millionaires make their money work hard for them. The middle class works hard for its money. There are two reasons why working for a paycheck alone is risky and not very smart. One, as your paycheck gets bigger, so does your taxes. Two, as your paycheck gets bigger, so does your dependence on someone else. Millionaires are in control of their financial lives. Middle class people place control of their financial lives in hands of someone else. If you work for a paycheck, the government is in control of how much you pay in taxes. Millionaires control how much they pay in taxes and when they pay taxes. Your employer is in control of whether you will have a job next month. The middle class never knows when a company may downsize because middle class people depend on someone else for their finances. They are always at risk of losing their income. A couple of my friends are airline pilots. They were fortunate enough not to lose their jobs after 9/11, but they did lose about 30% of their income overnight. What would happen if you lost 30% of your income tomorrow? Millionaires know they will have income next month and next year. Turn your paycheck into passive income. Working for paycheck is not wrong or bad. It's just hard work for most people and it is risky. Many people who are multimillionaires today once worked for a paycheck. How did they become financially free? By using their paychecks to buy assets. Most millionaires has a season in their lives when they worked a lot. They worked hard to buy assets. Buying assets that produce passive income is not easy at first. It requires new knowledge which is gained by many years of personal study. Millionaires not only work hard, they also study hard to learn how to acquire income producing assets. Increasing your net worth with assets that produce passive income is a skill, and skills require time to develop. Patience, knowledge, and wisdom are required to increase your net worth. Be patient with yourself, gain knowledge about assets, and then use wisdom. Wisdom is the application of knowledge. Some middle class people have knowledge about passive income and increasing their net worth, but they haven't yet applied it. Millionaires apply the knowledge they gain. They also continually increase their knowledge. Millionaires have knowledge of and invest in some things that the middle class don't even know exist. It is beyond the scope of this book to talk about all of the many assets millionaires invest in for passive income. So I will mention a few that most well known that most millionaires started with when they were still in middle class. Start a small business. In my opinion, everyone should have a small business. I am not saying to quit your job and start a business. I am suggesting you start a part time business while working at your current job. One way of doing this is to join a network managed marketing company. Direct sales or network marketing companies are a great way to start your own business. They are very low risk with the possibility of very high reward. They have proven systems in place that work and offer continual support to help you. They are a great way to be in business of for yourself but not by yourself. I have three recommendations if you are considering joining a network marketing company. Make sure you sincerely believe in the products or service. Make sure you feel at peace with the people you meet, and make sure the company is involved in some kind of charitable work. If these three requirements are met, then I believe you can create a very successful part time business. When joining a network marketing company or starting any small business, set the goal to earn more from your part time business than you do from your full time job. After you achieve that, you will have the freedom to work because you want to instead of because you have to. Wouldn't that be a nice? When you start your own business, make sure you keep your cost of living the same and save the money you make from your new business until you are ready to invest in an asset. It is the most common thing that the world to spend more money when you start making more money. I did it for years. Every time I earned more money, I would buy a nicer car, move into a larger house, and take vacations to Hawaii. I can say from experience that it is not wise to increase your cost of living until you can pay for it with the passive income from your assets. Millionaires have uncommon wisdom. They do not increase their spending when their income increases. They increase their investing. The middle class spends The middle class spends its income on liabilities. Millionaires invest their income in assets. Investment in assets that produce passive income is the essence of wealth building. Perhaps the greatest advantage of owning your own business is the tax advantage. Business owners can write off several things that you can't as an employee. I am not a tax attorney or tax strategist, so I will not offer advice here. But you absolutely must learn about the tax advantages you are entitled to as a business owner. Business owners are able to spend the money they make before they get taxed. When you work for a paycheck, you must pay taxes first. Then you get to spend the little bit that's left over. Millionaires make money, spend it, and then pay taxes. The middle class makes money, pays taxes, and then spends what's left. Would you like to pay taxes less in taxes? Start a small business. A small business can give you great tax advantage and it can become an asset if you set it up so that it doesn't demand much of your personal time. Remember, a millionaire's definition of an asset is something of value that produces passive income. Also, remember, passive income doesn't mean you don't do anything, it means you only have to do a bit of management. Investment in real estate. In my opinion, real estate is the best and safest asset to invest in. Almost all millionaires receive passive income from real estate. Few middle class people have passive income from real estate. Bookstores are full of books on how to invest in real estates, so I will not discuss it here. I suggest you read books on real estate until you become knowledgeable enough to take action and start investing in it. I can honestly say my financial life totally changed when I started investing in real estate. What about stocks? Most millionaires invest in the stock market. I say most because I know some millionaires who only invest in real estate. On the other hand, I also know some who only invest in stocks. Stocks can be a great form of passive income. They can also be risky if you are not knowledgeable about them. Small businesses, real estate, and stocks all have certain risks. However, the risk is great reduced as you increase your knowledge. Remember, if you take risk out of your life, you take opportunity out of life. Risk is opportunity. Net worth is not a nest egg. The middle class think financial security is having a nest egg. Millionaires don't like that. Millionaires don't have nest eggs. They have keys egg that lay golden eggs on a consistent basis. Millionaires' net worth are their keys. The passive incomes they receive from their net worth are the golden eggs. The problem with the nest egg mentality is that you can get hungry and end up scrambling and eating it. The middle class loves scrambled eggs. Millionaires check on their geese often to make sure they are healthy. Most of the middle class never even looks at their net worth. Focus on increasing your net worth with assets that produce passive income, and the day will come when you are totally financially free. Millionaires focus on increasing their net worth. The middle class focuses on increasing its paycheck. Tomorrow we will meet again on Read Along with Me. Bye.